Hello, and welcome to the concept of absolute cell referencing in Excel. We have a workbook here which indicates regular hours of 8 hours a day you worked and overtime with various amounts. My demonstration right now is going to be using something called relative cell addressing, and then we'll quickly get into absolute cell referencing. We don't have an overtime wage set yet, but what overtime wage is time and a half. So it would be $10 plus half of 10 is 5, so that's $15. Now mind you, this exercise that I'm showing you is going to have errors in it. So the first concept is I'm going to put in my equal sign and I'm going to say I worked 8 hours on Monday times my regular wage of $10. And then my overtime wage would be I worked 2 hours, and I'm using the point and click method, times $15 an hour. Now I'm going to take my cursor and move it to where there's a green square, make it a black square, and just drag down. I'm going to do the same for my overtime wage. And you notice on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you worked for absolutely nothing. And that doesn't seem right. So we're going to go ahead and double check what's going on. So if I double click in this cell location, it surely shows me 8 times 10 is 80. Now if I increment to the next one, notice now it's 8 times 15. And I can tell you, I think you know where this is going. This is going to reflect that you have 8 hours times nothing. And the same will happen on Thursday, and it increments down again on Friday. So we want to make these values 10 and 11 absolute. So I'll quickly delete this and show you the function of absolute cell referencing. I'll put in my equal sign, I'll type in B3 times my hourly wage of $10, but I want to make it absolute. And a real nice shortcut on your keyboard, our use of the function keys, is a function key called F4. And if you press F4, it gives you the $2 signs, means absolutely stay there, do not move. If you continue to press F4, eventually the dollar signs go away. You could also come up into the formula bar and type in the dollar sign. I just find that a little bit more convenient to use the F4 key. For the overtime wage, you still work $2 times 15, and by pressing F4 or typing in the dollar signs, it is going to tell us stay in this field and do not move. So when I scroll down, sure enough, I have values in each of those fields which are correct. So if I come to $80 an hour, notice how it's staying here. And if I come to 4 hours for overtime, it is staying in the overtime wage. By turning on my codes, I'm able to see the dollar signs. That indicates absolute cell referencing. So when you see that in formulas, you now know what that means. I will go ahead and just say add my regular hours plus my overtime hours and press enter. I can go ahead and do an auto sum for my total regular hours and auto sum for my overtime pay. Now, I'm going to show you one more concept. If your boss said, did a great job this year, we're going to double your salary, is $20 an hour. Before I press enter, keep your eye on the regular pay. It automatically increments to $160. But your overtime pay is not incrementing, so you're earning less when you work overtime. So we need to fix that. So instead of just being a value here, we need to make that a formula. I'll come back down here and say the formula is this $20 an hour times time and a half. And that's $30 an hour. So notice now your pay went up quite a bit. Okay, let's really live it up. We make $50 an hour. Your overtime wage will automatically increment to $75 an hour. Let's turn those codes on, Control and tilde, and you can see the great significance of it here by seeing the use of absolute cell referencing.